Hello there, darlings. Welcome to the Clockwork Cabaret. They say the body is a temple, but not if you're doing it right. And now, on with the show.
And with the sound of the cuckoo, you know that it is time for the Clockwork Cabaret.
Hooray!
Yay! I am Emmett Davenport.
And I am Lady Attercop.
And so we're coming upon the spooky times.
Oh, we are.
Getting closer. I'm very excited about it, sort of.
It's hard. It's hard to get excited for the spooky times when you're living through the spooky times.
Yes. Yeah. Well, also
there's a literal pandemic. You might die if you go outside. People are behaving in ways that would get them, definitely get them chomped by zombies in a different movie. So,
well, I was
trying to get into the spirit of the season.
Yeah, I realized this morning that I haven't put out my Halloween decorations, and so I obviously I need to do that. I usually do that like October 1st because I get real excited and I'm like, yeah, it's October! Ooh, spooky, spooky. And then I realized that most of my decorations are tombstones, and I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's a little different this year, doesn't it?
I feel very kind of like, I don't know, that might be a little in poor taste. I don't.
We also have not put out other than the decorations that are out year round, of course, obviously.
Well, yeah, my house is always
regular decorations.
Yeah. My house is always a little on the spooky side anyway, but I was just having those moments of my decorations might not be theme appropriate for the year.
Yeah, like when you've known a couple of people that have died this year, it feels just weird to put tombstones out.
Yeah, so I think what I'm gonna do is I just have lights, and I'm gonna put out the paper jack-o'-lanterns out onto the porch, and that's all I'm gonna do. Also, I don't want to encourage trick-or-treaters.
Right. Like, I don't want you coming to my house, little baby plague rats.
Yeah, I don't want to put out a box, I don't want to put out a bowl of candy out on the porch because I don't want to encourage people to take it because gross, grubby little hands. And I don't want to hand it to them. So I'm just so it's one of those weird things of I really love Halloween. It's my favorite holiday. And I'm having a really hard time coming to terms with how do I celebrate this?
Yeah, and it's
year.
It's like a double whammy that this year it's on a Saturday.
Yes, so that's perfect.
A full moon.
And it's a full moon. Is it going to be like a weird blood moon thing?
It's a blue moon. It's the second full moon of October.
Yeah.
On a Saturday.
On
On Halloween.
Yeah. It's so perfect.
And we just gotta spend it hunkered down in a bunker like we're in a real horror movie and instead of pretending we're in a horror movie.
I know, it's very weird. So so it's one of those, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do this year. I think I will insist on watching some horror movies, even though I don't normally like them, but I feel
you don't.
But I feel like I will get
I have a suggestion for you for a horror movie.
What?
It's not actually all that horrifying. Well, maybe it wasn't at the time, but we're all desensitized these days. The news is more objectively terrible than anything you're going to watch on TV. Children of the Corn. I just rewatched it again for the first time.
I've never actually seen it.
I rewatched it again recently.
Is it the old, the 90s version or 80s version?
No, the original, with Linda Hamilton and Malachi the Ginger Menace.
Oh, yeah. When did that come
And
out? I don't even remember. When did that come out?
when did it? I think the late 70s, early 80s,
Okay.
maybe.
Okay.
I'd have to look it up, but
That's fine.
it's the older version.
Okay.
The reason I recommend it is because there are several scenes that and like conceptually good horror movie, nice inciting incident, good reason for the main characters to kind of be stuck in the situation that they're stuck in. Like the rules of horror are there and they're very good. But it does feature several scenes where a full-grown adult fights children.
Oh, which is always funny.
It is hilarious. You're just gonna watch a man with a mullet shove children to the ground. I'm sure they're armed.
I mean,
but they're still children.
I do appreciate a good creepy movie that involves children, like Village of the Damned.
Yeah, Children of the Corn is
but I haven't. But
no.
yeah, I think I may have seen scenes from Children of the Corn, but I don't think I've actually ever sat down and watched.
It's a corn cult.
Because,
I'm not ruining anything for you by telling you it's a corn cult.
I mean, it's,
and like I said, and like when you know the rules of horror, like good inciting incidents, good setup, creepy elements, and maybe the book conveys the terror a little bit better than on screen because it's like during the day and you're just watching, like I said, a full-grown man fight children.
That just seems.
And it's it's just even when you give them old-timey clothes and make them quote biblical scriptures, there's just something that's just not quite terrifying and a lot hilarious about that.
Oh, all right. I will.
Yeah.
I might have to break that out. I might have to break that out. It's definitely. I mean, I was thinking of jumping into some of the old like Stephen King movies because a lot of them are they're so bad.
They're wonderful. They're wonderful though.
I do have pleasantly terrible, wonderful memories of the original Pet Sematary.
I maintain that there are some legitly terrifying scenes.
There probably are. When I was in high school, we watched that for Halloween one year because there was a foreign exchange student that I had befriended, and he came over to watch horror movies for Halloween because he was like, Halloween, what the heck is this? I don't.
We're like, we're like, let us show you.
Let us show you this whole thing. And so he came over for Halloween along with a bunch of other friends, and we watched terrible horror movies. And I just remember that while watching Pet Sematary, and when the child has been resurrected, he just went, "Oh no, the dead baby came back!" and he just said it with such like heartfelt, earnest like concern that I was just like, "Oh no, Reinhardt, it's a movie. Like it's okay.
It's okay. It's okay that the dead baby came back."
That's the point of this horror movie. And
my favorite part about the original, I haven't seen the remake, but my favorite part about the original Pet Sematary is at one point. Okay, spoilers for an old Stephen King novel that has been remade twice. The little kid, I can't even remember his name.
His name is Gage.
Yeah.
I know that. I don't know why I know that.
He's like a tiny pimp. He's got a tiny cane. He's got a little suit on, and I never understood why. I mean, it's awesome. It's terrifying, but it's like, why does your 3-year-old have a cane?
I don't remember. I don't think they do that.
Your 3-year-old.
I don't think they do that in the movie, or if they do, I don't remember it.
No, it is in the movie. It is.
Okay.
In the movie.
Honestly, I think I was laughing so hard at poor Reinhardt's reaction to this movie.
Dead baby.
Oh no, dead baby came back. That I just that I think because of watching it through his eyes, and that and it just suddenly made it so much more humorous.
Yeah. There's definitely a point where the little kid is wearing a suit and has a cane, and the cane is.
I might have to rewatch it just so that I can
Like,
So I
like
can see
good
that.
swag, kid. But why?
But
Why would you
why?
give a toddler a cane?
Was it Halloween? Maybe it was a
I
Halloween
don't
costume.
remember. I can't. There may have been a plot point that resulted in him wearing this ensemble, but I
Yeah.
don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember it at all. It doesn't. I'm surprised. I'm shocked and surprised that it doesn't stick out in my memory. But like I said, I don't watch horror movies very often, so so Pet Cemetery was probably one viewing. It was that
Oh
one,
yeah.
and then that was it. Like I watched it and I was like, okay, yep, I'm
Yep.
done.
Yeah. That was a thing that I just
Watched
witnessed.
and though I
Yeah.
can,
No,
but though I
he's dressed like a little. I just found a photo. I googled it
oh
while we were chatting,
yeah,
and
but I
yes, he's dressed like in a little velveteen outfit with a hat and a cane.
oh weird.
He is coming for you,
That
and
is
he is
so
dressed
weird.
well while he does it. He's after your Achilles tendons,
That is so weird.
but he has got swag when he comes for them.
So strange. I don't understand, but okay.
Yeah, no, it's yeah.
I,
That one is where I love old
well, I
it
will. Well,
the
I mean,
original it.
I just remember Stephen King TV movies being. I mean, a friend of mine in high school, Alexandra, she would make me watch all of the Stephen King TV movie. We had a ritual after school where we would watch The Princess Bride, and then we would
Okay.
watch whatever terrible Stephen King TV
The Princess Bride
series.
followed up by Tommy Knockers.
Yes, or no, be it whatever TV series that they made recently. She would record them with her VCR, and then we would watch them after school where we would be doing homework and half not paying attention, and because she just really loved watching them and no one else in her house wanted to, but I was like, yeah, sure, I'll come over, we'll watch Princess Bride as we do every day, and then we will watch and
And then we will watch it.
some terrible Stephen King thing, The Stand, The Shining,
Shining.
like whatever, because she really liked watching them.
Now, did you guys watch
Salem's
the
Lot.
Kubrick Shining or the made-for-TV movie Shining?
So this was the early '90s, so probably the Stanley Kubrick Shining.
Okay, so the
I don't think the TV movie version was out when we were in high school
controversial
because
opinion.
I am old.
I like the TV movie version of The Shining better.
I've been told that that's actually closer to the book and
So the Stanley Kubrick movie is prettier.
Yes.
And it is a good movie, and it is a very intense horror movie, and I would recommend seeing it if you haven't. But the character of Jack makes no sense in it. He is kind of an abusive dickhole the entire movie, so it's not really like the suspense of him snapping isn't as
he seems standoffish from the get-go, like
just like, well, first of all, you've got
Nicholson.
friggin' what's his face?
Jack Nicholson
who looks crazy even when he's just standing there. So you're already looking at that man like, do not go into the woods with that man. He will chop a door down to try to murder you.
Yeah.
And he's like, you never get the there's not that kind of like tension from him snapping slowly.
Right. Yes, and in the TV movie it's the guy from Wings.
Right. So he comes across as more likable. Yeah. He comes across as like in like recovery, and he comes across as a better character in that version. The Kubrick version is prettier.
Yeah.
TV movie is cheesier, but that would be my thing. And also, like, they were apparently real jerks to Shelley Duvall in the movie, Kubrick and Jack Nicholson. So
I love Shelley Duvall.
Yeah, they apparently would they spent the entire time trying to undermine her mental health so that she was, she was properly fragile when they were filming, instead of just giving her credit for being a fucking professional.
That just makes me sad because
screw that movie.
Shelley Duvall has a a soft spot
I
in my
love
heart for
Shelley
Shelley
Duvall.
Duvall. She was a wonderful olive oil in the terrible
She was
Popeye.
a really good olive oil.
Also, there was
I was gonna mention it, then I'm like, this is too niche. No one will want this.
Well, there's also this really weird movie that I can't. I will have to look up the name of it. It was a very 1970s movie that had Shelley Duvall and Sissy Spacek and some other very 1970s uh, actress in it. And I can't remember what it's called. And it was one of those weird, inexplicable movies that very 1970s. And my mom made me watch it, probably saying a lot about my mother once again.
And for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, there was a live action Popeye the Sailor.
Oh my god, yes. I actually love it. I love that movie.
I actually enjoy it very heavily. Starring Shelley Duvall as Olive Oil and Robin Williams as Popeye.
Yes, it is.
It exists.
I actually enjoy it a lot. It is very weird. And I
really liked it as a kid. I have not seen it in
I have seen it as an adult, and let me just say, there are a lot of inappropriate jokes in there that I did not catch. There are lots of things in there. Also, the song that Shelley Duvall sings, Olive Oil sings, about how he's large, but he's mine.
Dear.
Dear. Yeah, there's a whole song
I do know that when you went, but he's mine. I do remember her singing that. And I'm like, yes. What are the lyrics?
The lyrics can be interpreted in some terrible ways. Yeah, no, it's brilliant. I love it. Robin Williams did a wonderful, very uncomfortable impression of Popeye, to the point where you go, oh, is that really what Popeye would look like as a real actual person? Oh, I don't like that.
Popeye was never meant to exist in our real actual
person.
Physical world.
No, he was not. Those arms.
So, if you're looking for a horror movie,
Popeye might be the one.
I think he fights a squid at some point, doesn't he?
Yeah. Also, because you just kind of worry about, like, what ailment has happened to you that has created these tumors on your arms?
Oh, and they made him blonde, which was also an interesting choice.
Well, because Popeye doesn't really have hair. It's just
I know, but like just a blonde Robin Williams. So if you're looking for a body horror,
body horror,
there, Robin Williams, Popeye the Sailor Man.
Yes.
And Shelley Duvall sings a song about being real horny for Popeye's D.
Oh no, it's the being large is about Brutus.
Oh.
She's singing. Okay, so she's singing a song about how she is torn because she is attracted to Popeye, but she's engaged to Brutus, and Brutus is kind of terrible, but but he's large.
but there's a reason they call him.
Yeah, Brutus. But he's large and he's mine. He's
large,
and it's
basically the plot to a Streetcar Named Desire.
Yes. Yeah. I think Popeye is a Streetcar Named Desire.
Brutus would be Stanley.
Yes.
Olive Oil is clearly Stanley's wife.
Yes.
I guess that makes Popeye the main character?
Sure, why not?
I've always depended on the kindness of strangers. I am.
Well, yes, because he does. Because he spends the first part of the movie trying to get a room in the town. So check out my Popeye / Streetcar Named Desire fanfic on AO3. It might actually totally sync up.
I mean, who knows how long this quarantine will go on? I might make it.
All right.
I don't know what's gonna happen.
Who knows? And on that note, I'm going to press a button.
Sirs, how many times have you gazed lovingly over the side of your airship only to have your favorite chapeau leap from your head into the void, lost forever? Many are the ways you could try to keep your hat attached: straps, belts, ribbons, penny nails, or the steady hands of a workman. These methods, good sirs, are simply outdated. Fly to your local apothecary and procure a gallon jar of Silas Buncombe's hat cement. You can't afford not to.
Scary movies. Other scary movies that we can talk about that... Because now with Popeye, I just have this whole, like, what are terrifying? I know that Return to Oz scared the bejesus out of me.
Yeah. So movies that weren't actually billed as horror movies, but that still have this element of, oh no, why?
The Wheelers in Return to Oz, which we've talked about before, I think.
Then there's the lady that takes off of her head and has the gallery of different heads.
Yeah, the Hall of Heads, which is, I believe that They Might Be Giants wrote a song about it.
They did, because it was so friggin' horrifying. Yes. None of us ever got over it.
Yeah. Oh, it's so beautiful and terrifying.
That also built for kids.
Yes. Designed for children. Starts off with Dorothy being in a sanitarium, because that's,
for kids.
For kids.
There was also, oh gosh, what was another movie? I mean, every movie from our childhood really just wanted to destroy our souls.
I mean, I still have nightmares about Watership Down.
Watership Down is a great example.
I thought it was
we've talked about before about Where the Red Fern Grows, the book that makes you fall in love with these dogs, and this kid's struggle to get these dogs and then kills them. Yeah. Spoilers for Where the Red Fern Grows, I guess. One of the things that terrified the absolute living hell out of me, and again, I understand what I'm about to say, was the Raggedy Ann and Raggedy Andy animated movie from the 1970s.
Is it the one where they walk weird?
The whole movie is weird.
I think I can relate. I think I vaguely remember it.
I did not, but my mom absolutely loved Raggedy Ann and Raggedy Andy dolls. And so, because I, at the time when I was very small, was the only girl, and she loved these dolls, she would buy them for me and then would show me the Raggedy Ann and Raggedy Andy doll movie, because it's animated and it's for kids. And I'm trying to remember if it's the Goop or the Want or the Sloth, or there is some monster in the movie that is kind of an anthropomorphized version of sloth or slovenliness or something like that, and it's depicted as just this dripping, gloppy, caramel coated monster, and it's viscerally horrifying.
I can see
that. It is nightmarish. I believe it is on YouTube, because I'm going, was this a fever dream? Is this when I had my appendix out and I was hopped up on drugs? And
no, probably not.
It is terrifying in only the way that 1970s animation is terrifying.
Well, so on the theme of things that aren't supposed to be horror, but it can kind of freak you out at times. So I felt that I had a terrifying relationship with Holly Hobby. I am not kidding. Let me explain. Let me explain. So my grandmother, my nana gave me a hand-stitched paint art piece that's fabric-y of Holly Hobby that was in my room as a small child. I think she gave it to me, I guess, when I was born. It was a present or something like that. And then there was a Holly Hobby doll. It terrified me because she doesn't have a face.
She does not.
She never has a face. I mean, I think she now has a face. They've now realized, oh, we should probably give Holly Hobby a face. But the doll that I had did not have a face. It was just the bonnet. and
Oh.
and she was always seen as a profile
Oh yeah, that's terrifying
in
in
the
3D,
early
3 dimensions.
in the early things. And then the doll itself didn't have a face. It just had the bonnet. Like, it was a normal doll, like rag doll thing, but there was no face under the bonnet. So, like,
Oh,
stuff of nightmares. Like,
oh
if you're
no.
gonna have
I just Googled it.
yes, like
For
old
anyone
19
wanting some 1970s animated nightmare fuel, it's called the Greedy from the
oh,
Raggedy
great.
Ann and Raggedy Andy
Lovely.
movie. It is beautifully animated, I will
Yes.
say, from a technical standpoint. But as a small child, oh dear God,
Yeah.
why?
Yeah, no, and Holly
And
Hobby.
I feel like I should point out that the original Annabelle, like, that the Warrens
Yeah.
have like lied about and made money off of because
Right.
they're shysters. The original quote unquote cursed Annabelle doll is a Raggedy Ann doll.
Yeah. Yeah, well, because terrifying.
Black button eyes staring
Ugh.
into the door. It's a lot less terrifying though when you call it Raggedy Ann
Yeah.
versus Annabelle.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like they had to call it Annabelle because they couldn't trademark Raggedy
Oh, no,
Ann.
yeah,
This was
yeah.
trademarked.
Yes, yeah, it's an actual thing. Yeah, but Holly Hobby with no face, that terrified me as a child. And
No.
and I would actually move the doll. I would put the doll like in my closet, and my mom would at some point would take it out and put it back onto the shelf, and it was like, "No, Mom,
So it could just turn its blank face to you once again while you slept?
like, Mom, no, just I left the doll in the closet for a reason. I've got that, and I've got that piece of artwork at me." Like, I was glad when I finally hit an age where I could decorate my room the way I wanted to.
I'm too old for dolls, Mom, especially ones with no faces that watch me sleep.
That wants to eat my soul.
My mother
And steal my face. That was I think part of
it doesn't have a mouth.
It doesn't have a face. I don't like it. Uncanny Valley thing. It has all of the shape of a human without a face. No, thank you. I
Nope.
would really rather not.
My mom gifted me a doll as a kid that she thought was cute and that I found terrifying.
Oh, yeah, that's always.
It was like a huggy. I don't remember the name. I don't remember what the brand. It was some kind of brand. It was, I don't know, the 80s. And everyone was trying to ride that sweet, sweet Cabbage Patch money.
Oh, was it like the Copa? The Koopa
No,
thing?
I don't remember. It was a doll that like came with a smaller doll that it hugged.
Oh,
A
yes.
doll with a baby doll.
Yes, I
and
remember
it was
those.
plush.
Yes.
So everything was stuffed and soft and like had like the little stuffed animal fur instead of like
It was
fabric.
it was terry cloth.
Yeah, like
Yes.
it was fuzzy.
Yeah, no, I vaguely remember
and
those.
all the clothes it came in were shiny lame. I remember
Yes.
that because I don't know why it just struck me.
I vaguely remember that because somebody I babysat for had that one of those
and they
things.
were creepy as shit.
Yes, yeah.
The creepiest thing about the doll was that, it had red curly hair, and I had red curly hair, so I thought I'm sure my mom thought, oh look, it looks like you. This is so cute. It's got a little baby. It's hugging it. So cute. That's that red curly hair. Oh, so cute. It was not cute. First of all, it had fake eyelashes, and I don't know why the fake eyelashes on a doll unnerved me, but I just did not like them. And secondly, it had the kind of doll eyes that were 3D. They're like hard plastic 3D eyes. And the way that they were manufactured, no matter where you were in the room, it looked like that doll was fucking looking at you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That thing was always staring at me, and it disturbed my shit.
Yep. Oh yeah.
I would turn it around and face the wall because I couldn't handle that stupid naked ass doll staring at me. Well, I mean, I think it had clothes on. Maybe the baby part was naked. I don't remember. I just remember that doll staring at me while I'm trying to sleep. And of course, it's got 3D like clear plastic eyes, so they're glinting in the half light from the hallway. It's like, nope.
if you want to have doll nightmares, here.
You know my love with creepy doll. I love creepy doll now. I still wouldn't put that thing in my house though.
Well, so at my grandparents' house, my aunt had kept like all of her toys as a child because she's a sociopath. Kept all of them in pristine condition and didn't play with them at all. And so they were all still stored at my grandparents' house. So I would see them. My grandmother would she would show them to me periodically, and I would be like, yes, I would like to play with them. But at the same time, there was one particular doll that just rubbed me the wrong way, and it was it was called Chatty Cathy.
Oh God! No!
Yes, the Chatty Cathy, and it was red-haired and had glasses, and you plug little discs into the back, and it said different things, and she was dressed in a sailor suit, and there was something about her that was absolutely nightmarish, and I think there was actually a Twilight Zone episode with a Chatty Cathy.
There were real horror movies about fucking Chatty Cathy because she was so goddamn terrifying.
Yeah, well, and she had cold dead eyes. Cold dead eyes, and then she would say things, and nope.
My brothers had a My Buddy doll, which was the basis for Chucky.
Oh yeah. Oh, I had the My Sister. That was the.
Oh yeah.
That
My Buddy.
Yes, that went with the that was the companion to the.
Wherever I go, he goes, my buddy.
Yeah,
my buddy.
I don't remember
math, but I remember that goddamn jingle.
Yes, yeah. Well, and also it doesn't help when you then see it
Kid
in Chucky.
Sister.
Yes.
Kid Sister.
Somebody gave me.
Where I go, she goes.
Yeah, somebody gave me a Kid Sister doll, and I think I was a little bit too old for that, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna give that to my sister. Here you go.
Yeah. I think Kid Sister was kind of like the tomboy doll for tomboys.
Yeah,
I don't know. There were a lot of in the 80s and 90s. There were a lot of people trying to ride the coattails of the Cabbage Patch craze, and they were all upsetting.
Yeah. Also, there was
they're all disturbing.
Also, a lot of very gender-specific toys that came out in the 80s.
At least I will give My Buddy one thing. It was a doll manufactured and
for boys.
For boys, and I certainly knew growing up, boys had Cabbage Patch Kids, so that was kind of cool. And we had She-Ra, which was an action figure for girls, but they were all very gendered.
Yeah, my stepbrother had the My Little Monster.
Oh,
My Pal Monster. Yeah, he had the monster. Yes, he loved that thing, and he carried it around everywhere.
It was okay, y'all. I know that you, kids Google this. It was just a candy colored giant furry.
Yeah, it was blue, monster. And then it had a weird big nose.
Yeah, it was pretty. I actually
and horns.
The My Pet Monster dolls were really were pretty cool.
Yeah, he had one of those.
Ducky had one, and I coveted one, but I never got one.
Yeah, he had one of those, and it was I definitely was a little jealous about
I was
that.
Jealous, yeah. They were cool. Those ones were cool.
They were much better. I actually wasn't super into playing with baby dolls. I did have a couple that I really, really liked.
I didn't have baby dolls. I had younger siblings.
Yeah, well, I had baby dolls to play. I also had a younger sibling, but I had baby dolls. But I actually liked playing with trucks and action figures, and I liked playing dress up a lot more than I liked actually actively playing. I liked dressing my dolls, but I didn't actually want to carry them around like babies all the time.
Yeah, I didn't really have a baby doll thing. I like I said, my brother was born when I was 1.5 years old, so I was all like, babies, whatever. I got one of those.
Yeah. Well, that's the difference, because I had a good 4 or 5 years without a sibling.
Yeah.
So I got to play with all sorts of things. I had puppies. There were puppies, and I had
Oh, see,
and
puppies are better.
I had puppies, and yeah. Well, I was a little disappointed with with smaller child because I actually thought it was going to be a puppy.
You're like, this is not a puppy. This is nothing
not-
like a puppy.
Like, puppies you can play with almost instantaneously.
Hmm.
Babies, not human babies, not so much.
You're just doing a lot of crying. You gotta take care of them.
Yeah, it wasn't as fun.
No.
I was a little disappointed.
I was never a baby. I was never a doll person. I had like one Barbie and she got decapitated. And,
oh yeah. Well,
that was about the end of my Barbie infatuation. This surprises no one.
No, well, and being the only grandchildren for one set of grandparents, I think and also being two girls, we did get a lot of like toys because my grandfather didn't know how to express affection in any other way than giving things, because human emotions are a burden on us all, kind of.
So he was Scottish.
Yes, he was.
I would apologize to our Scottish listeners, but it's true.
Yes, but so he would go to the PX, which is, if you're familiar with any kind of army things, it's the PX is the place on the base where you can buy stuff, and they often had discount things, and he would go and he would buy whatever discounted knockoff like knockdown price Barbie dolls, and he would give those to us.
You had the fan favorites.
So we would have like Peach,
road maintenance Barbie,
the Peach Melba Barbie, or like Sunset Strip Barbie, or the Las Vegas Barbie. Stripper Barbie. I don't know.
Comes with her own serial killer stalking her from a windowless van.
Yeah, there was I did have Western Barbie that had blue eyeshadow and big, giant, ridiculous eyelashes.
Oh, I didn't have Western Barbie, but I did have her horse.
Well, yeah, and oh no, I had the Lone Ranger's horse somehow.
At some point there was. I, for some inexplicable reason, got real on board with Western Barbie's horses.
Well, because
so he had the black version and I had the
Palomino,
the yellow version.
Yeah.
And we both had Barbie's horse, but we did not have a Barbie.
Oh yeah, no, because you wanted to play. Because if I remember correctly,
Barbies were boring. I just wanted the horse.
Yeah. Well, so I had a Lone Ranger horse, because for a hot minute they had actual like Barbie-sized Lone Ranger and Tonto and and Silver. I don't know where they came from, but they were a lot more articulated than the Barbie doll. So I had that instead of the Barbie horses.
Yeah, because your grandpa got them from the knockoff PX.
Probably. That's probably why. So I had Silver, and
oh.
Yeah, no.
Our childhoods were weird.
Yes, I also had a whole bunch of She-Ra dolls.
How do we loop this back into horror?
To Halloween.
We just spent 45 minutes
and
waxing nostalgic about the weird.
Because the 80s were weird, and Monster Squad was a thing that.
Oh, Monster Squad was a thing that they had to have a virgin read the.
Yes.
And it's like and it had to be a girl apparently, because you have a whole club full of preteen boys who have never had sex, so who are by definition virgins, and yet
and then Hocus Pocus, they had to make sure that you knew
the script,
that you knew that boy was a virgin, because they mentioned it.
Hammered down on it real hard. And they shamed him.
7,000
fucking teen. He should not be.
Like,
that experience yet.
Why are you that obsessed with this poor kid's sex life?
Yeah, Fairuza Balk, lay off. He's 14. It's a little baby Fairuza Balk in that movie.
Which movie?
Hocus Pocus. She's a little girl.
No, she's not.
Wait, isn't that Fairuza Balk?
Thora Birch plays the daughter, plays the sister. The blonde girl, I don't know who the hell That's some blonde actress. Firuza Balk's not in. Firuza Balk was in Return to Oz.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm thinking of The Craft. You're right.
Yes,
Hold on.
Yeah.
Who
Thora.
is it? It
So
is someone. It is someone
Thora.
significant
Yes.
that plays
Thora
the little
Birch.
girl in that. Thora
Yeah.
Birch.
Thora Birch, who was in Ghost World.
That's who I'm thinking of.
Yes.
Yes,
She's
no.
the one who grows up.
The
Yeah.
Craft. Firuza
Yes.
Balk's in The Craft.
Yes. Thora
Which is
Birch
so good.
in Ghost World looks like Firuza Balk, kind of.
She does. She has a similar quality.
With Scarlett Johansson in that
Oh
movie.
yes, she is in Ghost World.
But yes.
If you haven't watched The Craft, watch The Craft. That's a good one.
Yeah, it's very 1990s.
Oh, it's so 90s. It's so 90s it hurts, but it's
Oh,
The
and
Crow is also so 90s it hurts.
also if you want to watch some more Stephen King-esque movies, it's not actually Stephen King, it's Joe Hill, Stephen King's son. I highly recommend Nosferatu.
Oh, but it's N-O-S.
Yes, it's letters. It's like it's a car. It's a vampire car.
Vampire car, y'all.
Sort of. But
And
I
one
enjoyed
of our
it.
favorite YouTubers is in it.
Yes, yeah. It's a very. I watched it when I was sick in bed one day. So take my recommendation with a grain of salt.
Oh
but
man, do you think Kingdom Hospital is online anywhere? You want to talk about some prime Stephen King.
I think it is.
Kingdom Hospital is worth a thing. And then if you want something that's Stephen King-esque but funny and only 6 episodes long, then you definitely have to watch Dark Place.
Oh,
Garth Marenghi's Dark Place.
That is true. You have to watch Stephen King hospital movie and then watch that one.
Yeah. And then you watch Dark Place.
Because then
you just enjoy yourself.
Because then it makes more sense. Like,
yeah. It's so good.
I see what you're making fun of. This is terrible. Yeah, okay. So
there you go. So now you have some spooky Halloween time.
Yes. Popeye.
Popeye the Sailor, definitely. Total body horror. The Raggedy Ann and Andy movie, absolutely. Nightmare fuel. Return to Oz. I think and then all of Stephen King's made for TV movies.
Yeah. I think that's a good recommendation. I feel like you got your whole week or two cut out.
You've got your body horror, psychological horror. You've got
creepy dolls.
Yep, creepy dolls. Just you stare into the dark abyss that is 2020 and watch some Stephen King movies
and feel better about yourself.
and root for Tim Curry during it.
Well, yes, even though I know you're not supposed to.
You are. But I refuse to believe you're supposed to root for the main characters.
No, they're terrible.
Nah. You are definitely supposed to be rooting for Pennywise in that.
Oh, we all float down there.
Yeah, they all float down here, fat boy.
It just And
I have an inhaler and it is battery acid.
Oh, it's just terrible. I mean, I love Tim Curry.
I
watched Legend because of Tim Curry.
Oh gosh, and then watch Dreamcatchers just to round out your weird.
Don't watch that. That's
the Poop Monster movie.
The Ass Weasels.
It's the Ass Weasels Poop Monster movie.
I've never even watched it. I just know that's.
There's a lot of. Can you have a horror scene which involves someone sitting on a toilet? Apparently, yes, you can. So hey.
I mean, those are. If you've ever been camping, those are already nightmare. That's already a nightmarish idea.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like
I don't do camping, so I don't know.
I don't either now.
I've never been camping. That's not true. I have been camping.
But at one point in time, I did a lot of camping as a young child, and I cannot tell you that the fear and nightmare of something being in the porta potty or the the outside toilet while you're camping is a real thing, and yeah,
it's a visceral human emotion.
Yeah,
that is true.
it is not a.
Stephen King tapped into that.
Yes, yeah, it's like some of the best X-File episodes have
the
some
Fluke Man episode where he's in the porta potty.
the fluke the fluke
Oh,
thing,
Fluke Man.
the fluke worm episode. Like, there's a bunch of. I think for the first few episodes that I watched, it was all like weird invasion parasite things the first time I watched the series, and I kept going, if this is all the show is, I can't do this, because
No, don't worry. There's also aliens.
yes. Well, I think I watched a whole, like, the first 3 or 4 episodes were all weird things inhabiting human bodies, and then it was the ghost sibling episode where the little kid has the dead brother that's haunting him.
Oh, I don't remember that one.
And there's a whole thing of the red balloon floating and leading somebody to die, kind of thing. And I was like, yep, I don't know if I can watch these episodes. And I watched that all by myself in a dark apartment, and my roommates came home and opened the door and scared the shit out of me because I was like sitting in the corner of the couch, like biting my nails, going, I don't know why I'm watching this right now.
I definitely remember the stretchy man that ate livers.
Yes,
he freaked me out, and then the Fluke Man in the porta potty freaked me out.
Yeah. No, there were some Antarctica bug under the skin things, and there was a lot of like parasitic creatures that had never been seen before.
Once again, on the 90s recommendation list of the 90s movies that you need to watch this spooky season, The X-Files.
Yes.
All them, any Monster of the Week episodes, pretty good.
Skip the aliens.
Probably pretty good. Skip all of the government
conspiracy
theory ones, except for maybe if the lone gunmen make an appearance. But
oh yeah, those are good.
They're not good.
Yeah. All right. I think we can wrap it up.
We've made good recommendations for 90s horror.
Yes.
Modern horror, totally lost. But 90s horror, we got you, because we're old.
Oh no, I've been watching
some things. That in of itself is horrifying.
2020 is its own horror movie.
The human body is a horror movie.
That's true.
It only gets more nightmarish as you age.
Oh, yep. That's true.
Your own mortality. Woo!
So scary. And with that, this has been the Clockwork Cabaret. She is Lady Attercop.
She is Emmett Davenport.
And
if you like this thing we do, go check us out on our website. That you can find all of our information at agonyauntstudios.com, where you can find our Patreon, our coffee, and our personal social media accounts where we will wax poetic about meatloaf and horror movies. But that sounds like work, Emmett.
Does it? Because I thought it was love.
Greetings, vermin. I meet wonderful listeners of the Clockwork Cabaret. I am Professor Esme Melidori, a name you do well never to forget. And on behalf of Clang, I'm here to make you a most generous offer. Do you ever get back from a day of dirt farming, or whatever it is you people do, walk through the front curtain of your hovel, step over the mewling forms of your multiple children, and lament to yourself, my God, I could be happy. I could be fulfilled. I could be successful if it wasn't for the enormous financial and emotional drain of all these unsought children. Well, never fear. We here at Clang are always looking for new minions and spare parts, so let us pay you for those unwanted offspring. With our Cash for Kids program, we'll take the screaming, crying, pooping results of your disgusting body biological mergers and make them work for you, instead of merely crushing your soul and withering whatever hope and vitality once dwelled in your chest. If you make use of our offer, one of our certified, specialized agents will sneak into your hovel at night and spirit away your kiddies into the darkness, leaving only a large sack of money, a broken window or two, and a fresh new joie de vivre for you and any loved ones we may leave behind. Remember, that's Clang's Cash for Kids. We're coming for your children anyway. You may as well turn a profit.